The work we do in food and agriculture within the context of developing what we call agripreneurs or entrepreneurs in the context of food and agriculture businesses. Many call them farmers. We'd rather the entrepreneur name. It's more aligned with what we are after. And within that context, the primary purpose of my organization is to develop the systems, the support infrastructure, and the programs necessary to ensure a path for those who have a vocation in food and agriculture enterprises to walk through and become and redefine their role within that industry. We are really looking at paths out of poverty. It happens that the population, whether it's Latino or not, that works in the food and agricultural sector, and it's for the most part lives in poverty. And we're talking about most of that labor, 80%, 70% of it being Hispanic immigrant workers and Hispanic families who are already established here. So that is probably the most important strategic component of what we do. How we do that? We concentrate on three focus areas. The first one is access to land. It's critical if you're going to get into farming and food enterprises. Access to training and technical assistance, but not just technical assistance and training, but rather that within the context of a new system that aligns with the context of our communities, the language, the culture, the background, the strengths, the assets, and those sorts of factors. Right, and then the next area is financial systems and infrastructure. It just happens that we don't have the financial systems and the infrastructure that are aligned with the way our communities operate. Those three areas of focus would allow us to build that support infrastructure, the systems, and the programs that will create this new path so that we can redefine the role of these folks for the coming 10, 15, 20 years. As we grow into that, these systems will get more robust and consequently moving, outside of the Northfield area, which, by the way, Northfield is where our offices are based. That's where the Center of Operations is based. We right now cover 5 counties, and we covered the region between Owatonna, Faribault, Northfield, Red Wing, Dodge Center, and what we call an economic cluster, really, more than a community itself. Northfield has been a significant force behind our ability to create the program, the Rural Enterprise Center. What happens is, in building any program or any business that is going to tackle something significantly different, or is going to tackle a very well-known problem in a significantly different way, it requires that you build a support infrastructure before you even open the doors for business. Because without that support infrastructure, all the money in the world won't get you anywhere. Northfield is probably, and this is delivered, we decided on Northfield because we understood the landscape, and within the landscape, Northfield represented one of the most progressive, one of the paths of least resistance to be able to create the understanding that Hispanic families, this new immigrant population, has something big to contribute to our region. In that context, Northfield probably has been, was one of the best decisions we made. Now, we also work in Red Wing and Dodge Center right now and Faribault. And in all of those communities, we have found significant levels of support. But Northfield is the outlier, is really off the charts. We have a network of over 300 executives that support us and work with us. They have been able to provide us with intellectual, support in terms of design, systems designs, approaches, strategies, and all that, planning, as well as economic resources that the community has contributed. And currently, not only that, but also the investment from volunteers, from local businesses who are partnering with us to see that our systems become more successful and grow. Definitely a home run from the context of institutional development, but in our part, but definitely a home run for Northfield as a community to demonstrate that this is not only possible, but how to actually make it possible. every community, especially rural communities in almost the whole country, is struggling. There are very few that are doing really well. In the context of how we have helped Northfield as Hispanics, as Latino immigrants in the Northfield area, I would say that we all gain, we all win when people work together. We made the moves towards and set the framework on which we wanted to work with the Northfield community. And we accepted a lot of the terms that the Northfield community brought to us as in the terms that they wanted to work with us under. In that context, Northfield, we have put Northfield in the map, so to speak, in the context of doing this kind of work. So definitely a lot of benefits for the overall image of the community. We have brought new business opportunities. We are starting to really significantly redeploy resources that were idling in our community, that were unproductive, that now are starting to build wealth that didn't require major new investments. It's resources that were already there. So in almost every context, every aspect that we look at, Northfield has gained significantly. And now I would say Northfield has gained significantly, and we are part of Northfield. And so we all have gained. I'm not going to address what has Northfield gained from our participation as if Northfield was something else, because Northfield is us now. So we have gained a lot out of our work as Northfielders.